All right, welcome back. So today we're on the OUTCAST EXB. I'm having binding issues when it comes to the receiver, so we're going to take a look at a few things. We're going to try to recalibrate it again, and I did hear comments saying when you bind it you have to calibrate, and that's where my issue was. I calibrated 3 remote controllers to this. This one I originally bound up and had no throttle, would not accept the calibration. So then I grabbed this one and fought with the scroll wheel on this to change the name to add this car to this controller. Even with that, I think I was 8 times trying to calibrate it to where I finally got it calibrated, and then the trigger started working. So I do have both models of the DX5C. I got the rugged and the regular. I use this one a lot because I like the scroll wheel. It's very sensitive on this scroll wheel, so this one had an issue, and now this one had an issue after this is the original one, to where the swipe doesn't work properly. I bought it, came home with it, tried to use it, contacted Horizon. They told me at that time, the day that I bought this, that I'd have to send it in and pay for a new scroll wheel, that they haven't updated one. And I'm like, well, that's not fair. I just bought the thing. And they're like, sorry, that's all we can do. At that point, I toss it in the corner and I never really use it. So I use it on emergencies like this. I can swipe down, no problem. Can't swipe up. I've talked about this before on the rugged. And I have tried to calibrate it. It's a known issue with the version 1s of these DX5C ruggeds. I think if you get the orange one or the colored one, you're okay. And those seem to work better. From what Tony at CCXRC had told me, is that his works fine. But talking to Horizon, this generation 1 of this rugged had a problem with the scroll wheel. So I'm going to get this up off the table because I don't want it to take off. And then I'm going to put a link in the description on this RC of when I did the center diff. I did put earplugs in the center diff on this one. And I can tell, and I'll show you, that the front and rear diffs on this one, perfect. You see how I turn this one? If I turn this one, these other wheels turn. That's showing that my diff fluids, front and rear, are okay. So, let's see. Get a couple batteries. All right. And then I got to change these connectors on this one too. Get the balance lead away from the gear. And then this one has an upgraded gear on it. It has the upgraded spur gear. So I'm going to turn this on and see if this one is still calibrated to it. Because calibrating this spectrum to it, it should have the number set for this one now. See, EXB cast is what I put into this one. So I guess when I calibrated it, it wiped it out. So this one is working, but the AVC is no good. I'm trying to remember. Oh, I remember what happened. The battery came undone on this one. That was these. Too much load. And I already swapped them out on the batteries. So that problem's already fixed. So, what was the next thing I was going to do to this one? Center diff was okay. It's just the receiver that I've been having issues with. And I'm wondering if I should just put in this receiver. It's a 4-channel without AVC. Might be a better way to go. I also have the SR315. That's a 4-channel. And I don't think this has AVC either. So I might just install this one and recalibrate it to my DX5C, not the rugged. I think that might be a better way, because I really don't need all the channels that are in there. Give me a moment, let me decide what I'm going to do. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is change out the ESC battery ends to the EC5s, because I either have EC5 or the QS8s. So this is going to be my jumper line. Well, actually, I'm not gonna, I gotta press that in first. So I'm gonna just make the jumper for now. Oh, wrong way. Just dipping it in some flux. I need 2 of these on here. Trying to push it into the connector. Normally I cut a slot on these things. So you can see the back side. It's going to be our jumper wire. Then I got to put 2 of these on the receiver. So we're going to cut the black, cut the positive, and get rid of the XT90s. They're starting to burn. Always put the shrink tubing on right away, because I do tend to forget sometimes. So on these, the outer is the ESC, the inner is the battery, just to verify. The flat side is the positive, the round side's the negative. As you see on the battery, flat side positive, round side negative. Same on the QS8s. So this is going to go positive to negative. So flat to round. And then these should not plug in together because they are battery side. So now I'm going to get these things pounded in, and then all you have to do, once you do this, the red wire off the ESC is going to go here. The black wire off the ESC will go to the ground side right here. And then this will be negative to positive. That's how we're going to do it in series. But I got to get these things hammered in. So we'll be right back. All right, so I got these things tapped in. Put our shrink tubing up there. And we're going to shrink tube it. Third time's a charm. For some reason, this thing's always 3. Cover up any exposed wire. Push it as hard as I can. I'm going to shrink tube it on there. Just like that. That's our jumper. leaking on the outside. Alright, so all soldered up. Now we just got to hammer them in. So flat side is power. There we go, round side. There we go. Then we gotta torch them. Not a big a fan of installing these connectors. Now I'm going to verify it. So the red should be going to the red on the ESC, which it does. And then the other battery should be going to the black on the ESC. Well, no blow up today. And hopefully all that'll hold together. And hopefully I don't have to keep changing these battery connectors. EC5s. Usually on the 8S, I've been doing the QS8s. But there we go. That's really all I needed to do on this one. I'm just going to look it over, make sure nothing's falling apart. Both rear screws are falling out on the upper links. Why is that? That's a big one. How loose that is. This is why we check. Go. No sway bars are off. It's another thing that happens a lot. Sway bars are good. No shock rod ends are broken. That's it. This thing is ready to go out. I'm going to hold off on the receiver since this is still working, and we're going to rip it with the new battery ends and see if that solves my issue, because all that pretty much happened last time is the battery end melted. So as long as these stay on, we'll be good. There we go. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you on the next video.